Welcome to the fourth and final round. We've got the redemption
This is a
of
redemption
Zack
match.
Romer.
It's not time around yet, is it?
All right, so Zach's
Jake,
making sure that the
if
timer
you're
hasn't
listening-
started yet.
If you're listening, make sure Zack knows that this is his redemption round, and that a expedient pace of play is part of this redemption.
Right.
We can play for the sake of the camera, but I mean, I'm not leaving it.
You want to do like 10 and 5?
Wait, you're 2-1, correct?
Yeah. Are you 2-1 as well?
Yeah. So one person gets to win, and then we split the credit.
Chance to redeem yourself. Do it. By winning, by not going to time.
Deal. Do you want to do it 750, 750 or 10?
Yeah.
So some chatter before the round. I don't
Chatter,
think we've
chatter,
determined.
chatter.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so I think they're splitting but still playing.
Yeah, they're gonna play for the show.
It's probably more fun with nothing to play for.
Yeah, these then.
All right, let's see what he's got.
All right. So Zach had his pile shuffle. His
Is he
couple
wearing a
overhands.
Kings Island parka?
Yeah. So Zach was in management there for a while.
Oh, you put it
At
on.
Kings Island?
Yeah.
So I have to read. So
Like what level of management?
I played on camera at the PPTQ.
I was in management at Kings Island when I was like 19 years old.
No. Like, I think he did like something with promotions or something like that.
Okay.
He had
I was a marketing manager.
Marketing manager.
yeah,
at
manages
Kings Island.
marketing manager.
He manages the market.
The marketing.
No, just the market.
I left
No,
right
marketing.
before they told me.
The market manager.
I didn't know Mystic Timbers even. Do you know how many people hammered me for that?
All right, here we go.
4, 5, 6, 7. Trying to hammer me for information.
So you got no information whatsoever.
All right, so we've got a mold of 6 and a keep of 7.
I ran all the events and promotions for the entire park. That includes TV commercials. So I would
Quit that job.
because they work me 80 hours a week.
Because it's marketing. That's what marketing is.
Not being worked 80 hours a week.
All right, so there's a little bit of discussion as
About
to what actually he did.
I might mulligan this hand.
Yeah, you got a 1 drop, you got a 4 drop, you got a 3 drop.
and PNLR.
Most of your deck is 1 and 2. I think he just doesn't care, honestly, which is sad, but
You'd mulligan this hand, right?
aggressively. I would mulligan this whole deck away, but
You don't like this deck at all?
no.
Here's the thing. I don't think the deck's very good right now.
How many hours?
It's better now than it was.
Yeah, now.
I like a lot of the cards in the deck.
Like I
Do you just think it should be Mardu?
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
accepted it like 3 days ago.
Yep.
But I'm trying to get another better job, which is 50,000, and it's looking good.
I hate you so much.
CG, you just gotta go into marketing. That's how it works.
You're in high school. Get out of here.
All right, hey, I'm just saying. I got career plans right now. I am in high school. I'd like to say I'm a freshman in high school.
I'm just kidding. I love the job. I'm
Pulling that 4.0 plus GPA, guys.
All right. So Matt's gonna shuffle
Very
the
slowly.
backs off the sleeves.
Yeah, we're going to
Today.
make sure these are well randomized.
I had a 4.0
He's gonna-
GPA and I didn't study or do anything. I played 3 sports.
Zach has magic cards coming out of his pocket. Probably not a good look on camera.
Whatever's clever though, you know.
Is he just
Zach's
sitting on
gonna
magic
shuffle it.
cards? He's sitting on magic
Oh
cards.
yeah, he's sitting on magic cards.
All right, let's remove the magic cards from his back pocket so he doesn't cheat.
I want to go to UC. That's where it's at. Yes, I do. Oh, I'm Mulligan. What? Oh, no.
Matthew's mulliganing down to 5 now.
Right, if I do go to
This 7 from Zach's looking even better.
Sanders left, yeah. He split.
I guess we're gonna mulligan down to 5.
Pretty good.
We're definitely mulliganing down to 5.
Yeah, it's pretty really good.
So while we're waiting on this mulligan to resolve, did you read the article that was posted today?
No,
So, like, I got plans.
I just didn't read any new content today, so I know that I didn't read it.
It might have been yesterday.
I haven't seen someone bottom
Okay,
strike.
maybe.
Wow.
It might have been Frank Karsten.
No, I haven't read a Karsten article in a while. Should read more Karsten.
Yeah, it wasn't Karsten because there's no mathematics in it, so it definitely wasn't
Yeah,
Karsten.
couldn't possibly be.
I forget who it was, but it was called a Modern Proposal,
Okay.
where
This
He-
is a play on Jonathan Swift's A Modest Proposal.
it was Lepore, Frank Lepore.
Oh, I definitely didn't read it then.
So his
Zach Romer just drew like a champ. Thraben Inspector off the top to give him a clue to pump the Toolcraft exemplar.
yeah, seems good.
And
Right into the curve.
And he gets to play his manland tap that turn, so that's a huge benefit there to like curve in like that.
Absolutely.
Not Narset.
All right, so a modern proposal.
So his proposal for fixing Modern, which he
Which
said
doesn't
wasn't
need
really
fixed.
broken. He admitted that it wasn't really broken, but that part of the reason that players, or that there's an issue with Standard, is that they can't put things in Standard for fear that they would get into Modern.
That I'm 100% sure that is not a concern.
Correct. And he was talking about the new Frontier format and how, like, there's more of a flocking to that because it's less expensive and stuff like that.
Okay. I just disagree with like 100% of what this guy said so
You
far.
you think that there's a reason to play Frontier besides like budget?
No, I think people are flocking to Frontier because it's new
Sure,
and they like Magic players love new things.
they do love new things.
Um,
Take 7, gain 2.
Take 5, get 11.
But anyway, his proposal for Modern was to make all of the Commander cards legal in Modern,
okay.
and just anything literally with a Modern border, and make all supplemental products Modern legal as well.
So like Eternal Masters cards that got printed with the modern border would then instantly become legal.
In his mind, yes.
Tony, you're a great person.
So I was having a discussion with some wise magicians one evening, and this was the proposal that the Modern Masters sets include injections of cards into Modern.
Sure.
So like you do like 10 cards, you do like 5 ones that have already existed, and then 5 that that you're making up from thin air, maybe that to make things interesting.
Sure.
I think that would be amazing. All right. So
The old tap different ways.
tap different ways, man. We're all looking at each other funny. Oh, we turned it back around. Good job. I think that would be much better than Frank's proposal.
I like Frank's proposal because there's a lot of cards that are in like the supplemental commander sets that
are
I want
awesome.
to play in. Yeah.
See, I recommended this on our drive back from Atlanta, and you guys pointed out what's the flying death toucher? It's an artifact. What's the name of the card? You know what I'm talking about. Don't just grin at me.
So it has flying and death touch.
And when it comes into play, you draw a card. It costs a blue. Such a
Costs
fucker.
a blue and a black. Baleful Strix?
Baleful Strix.
I think Baleful Strix is fine.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was fine there too.
Destroy target creature.
Where's there?
When we were talking about it on the way back from Atlanta.
No, you didn't.
I 100% did.
I was roundly roasted.
No, not
for
by
the
me. I
suggestion.
thought it was a tremendous.
That's not at all.
It's a great card, and I think it would be fine.
In modern?
Yeah.
Holy smokes! All right.
I may have had a problem with Shardless Agent.
A Shardless Agent's just a fine card.
You think so?
Absolutely.
With the Ancestral Vision, you think it's fine?
The deck would be very good.
You don't think it would be too good?
No,
Okay, that's interesting.
because I think you have to play other spells that you would cascade into. I don't think you'd play this deck where it's just Shardless Age and the only thing 2 or less is Ancestral Visions.
Okay.
I don't think that deck's even viable. I mean, I
That's
could
not even a
imagine a
consideration.
list, but it's not viable.
Okay.
Like, you couldn't play Thoughtseize or Inquisition of Kozilek.
Right, but you're not even in those colors right now, so.
I'm just thinking of like all the great turn 1 plays in Modern. I'm a fan of unbanning everything,
Just unban it all.
unban everything, and just let's see what happens.
Okay, yeah. I don't think unban everything is the answer, but I think aggressive unbannings could be an answer.
So Zack rode that game to a win on the back of a Manland being able to crew his Fleetwheel Cruiser.
Right.
And that's one of the neat interactions of this red-white vehicles deck.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think Modern needs fixing. I think it's good right now. I think you might even be able to unban a few cards.
But that's fixing.
No,
I think it needs a shake-up. I don't think it needs fixing, quote-unquote.
Sure, I'm just saying you can unban a few cards, expand it a little bit.
Right.
I think that's fine. Like, I think you can unban Jace.
Right. I think you unban Jace, Bloodbraid Elf. What else is on there?
Yeah, we could just start with Jace and Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I personally want to unban Deathrite Shaman, but that's a bit aggressive.
I think Deathrite Shaman just makes the Jund decks way too consistent. I don't think you can unban Deathrite Shaman and Bloodbraid Elf. I think
Sure.
if you unban Jace and Bloodbraid and Deathrite
I think if
Shaman,
you unban Deathrite Shaman, then Bloodbraid Elf doesn't even see play in Jund.
I'm 100% sure you're wrong.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you are so confident in your incorrect information.
Nice.
So if you get to play 4 Deathrite Shamans, 4 Charmagway, 4 Grimflayer,
For Liliana.
yeah, 4 Liliana, 4 Bobs, like you don't need the upper end. You're like a very aggressive core.
Yeah, Bloodbraid Elf is just like amazing in this deck.
What I'm saying is you don't need to get to 4. Like we don't even have any red cards right now. We're playing for bold.
Right.
So you might as well, but you don't need to go like that high.
You don't need to go crazy.
Yeah, you can play like a Bloodbraid Elf if you're feeling spicy.
Sure.
But I don't think the 2 are
Mutually exclusive.
right.
Interesting. Like, they unbanned Grave Troll and it opened up a deck. I don't even think Golgari Grave Troll is the reason that deck is so good.
I mean, it definitely
Like, if you-
enables it in a different way.
Yeah, if you ban it, you go back down to a dredge of 4
Sure.
with Golgari Thug.
Do the judges get up?
Thug is kind of rough.
Do the announcers get upset when I pile shove them?
Savino Jun Guy, they played both when they were legal because they didn't have any other options. But now they have, like, Kalidas is
Isn't that right, Jake?
a better 4-drop in a lot of situations. And they also have Grimflayer, so they can avoid having to get to 4 entirely.
That's literally like. I
Yeah,
think
and
I
and
can't
our
level that great on my own.
our spotter out there has suggested unban Twin, and I think so. When they banned Twin, they made the point that they were looking to open up the format,
Right.
and Twin was restricting a lot of decks. And I think if you look at standard like day 2s and top 8s, top 32s,
You mean
And-
modern?
modern. I'm sorry,
Sure.
you're right, modern. They've done that. Like, I'm thinking about the last open that was modern,
Uh-huh.
and there was like 16 or 17 different decks in the top 32, which is a ton.
Yeah. So modern's always been fairly diverse. Like, even, like, right before they banned Twin, like, there were still, like, 6 decks in the top 8.
He said that he knew, but he just missed it every time.
Yeah.
I think their big thing is they wanted to open up room for more blue decks, and I think they failed there.
He had 12 energy.
Sure. I think blue is not a color you. I mean, short of Snapcaster Bolt,
And he didn't bother using
there aren't blue cards I'm interested in playing in.
So you have like Snapcaster, Delver,
the deck, right? So, but
End,
Yeah. I
like
mean,
Ancestral Visions.
Cryptic Command's a pretty big deal.
It's good, but like in the format right now, it's not.
Right. But yeah, and I'm only playing Snapcaster if I'm playing a Lightning Bolt. Like, I'm not Snapcastering anything else.
Sure.
is it?
They're about as good at football as Xavier is. Are you good?
Not really, no.
All right, so I think Zach's keeping his 7.
And Matt's gonna mulligan again.
What? Does it do
I've
well,
I remember when Matt started showing up to standard tournaments, and I was always impressed with his play.
won the game.
I feel like he just.
That's the only damage I did.
There's a lot of players that like I would love to see what would happen if they played like a stock list of just the best deck or like one of the 2 best decks, 3 best decks I guess in this format.
Sure.
And he's one of those guys. Like, I mean, while the Esper control deck's cool and everything,
Oh no, it was last round.
I'm just it's. I mean, it's not very good. Like, you have to work really hard to get your wins.
Yeah, there's a lot of control players that
Just
play
won't
here,
give it
and
up.
I don't really understand it. I like playing control, except for playing in the control mirror,
I'm already even.
which is just like boring to me.
Yeah, the control mirrors are brutal. I would
Like
love
I
to-
can do well on a control mirror, but it's not just not interesting.
Now, except against your deck, it works phenomenally. You can't have a vehicle out.
All right, so we've got a tapped 1/1,
All
thanks
right.
to console or Authority of the Consoles.
From what I understand, the flavor of this next set is very console oriented.
The flavor of the set is console oriented.
Yeah, the Aether Revolt, like the console is like pretty they like take over control of Kaladesh.
Well, they already kind of have control over Kaladesh. They are the console of it. That's like the ruling class.
Sure. But I think they like tighten down on it.
Yeah, I saw something where they like confiscate all of the inventions, and that's what sparks the revolt. Literally, in Chandra's case.
Oh sure. Nice.
Did it?
All right. So Zack gets to play this free veteran motorist.
Free,
I don't see any mana tapped for it, so.
free.
All right,
There it
we
is.
go.
Not crewing, but I can imagine that we've got a crew incoming.
Yeah. Yeah, you really want to move through. So he's brought in Avacyn here, which is not a card I'm interested in.
So
He's just tapping in all the directions.
I think his thought here is that,
It plays around the Fumigate.
yeah, which might be Matthew's only out in a lot of board positions.
Right.
Let's see if he makes the right call here and discards the Avacyn. Nope,
No.
he doesn't.
Man, those mythics are super powerful.
That Chandra is like very good here, but
Right. Gosh, see. Man's got a Gideon in hand.
Combat, he becomes power 3.
Just gonna say, it's just fast. And if it's so fast, you can start ramming.
Well, I mean, normally, I think I have a overall better win rate against this. On 2 moles 5. Go ahead.
so pass his
Alright.
turn.
He's gonna play this Anguished Unmaking.
So it's going to save him 0 damage.
I was like, seriously.
but it relieves him of the pressure of a card. So if I'm Zack here, I'm gonna play this Chandra first.
With counter spells instead of bullshit.
I definitely don't want to play the Chandra first.
No?
No.
Response
So you want him to spend his mana first?
to combat.
Yeah. Yeah. So you lose 3 life. No triggers happen. Take 3. So
No, he takes 1. You don't have an artifact anymore.
One more left. He did it before combat.
what?
He did it before combat.
Oh.
Action making takes 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you take 1 from this. So you get out as well.
Oh, it's if you control it.
Yeah.
Oh. Made the right play and
so
didn't even
you
realize
say.
it. So now this Avacyn is sick.
Well, the copter
Because-
helped.
You get a generate card advantage here.
Bad cards.
Gonna
Why is
go
it
up to deal some
shiny?
damage.
Pay 1.
Did you like open that or you just like
Pay 1.
you did? That's not bad.
Exile top card. 2 to you.
Sure. That's like what?
All right.
All right, so 2 damage. So this Chandra is very strong here.
Yep.
I can imagine we're going to see a Gideon here, make a guy, which is going to do a pretty good job of stonewalling.
All right.
So let's see
Alright.
what the draw here is. If it's an artifact, I like swinging in and killing this Gideon. It's a land.
I want to go up on this Chandra.
So yeah, I want to up Chandra for sure.
And then you can play if nothing goes well, you can play a land,
Yeah.
attack Gideon, and slam down your Avacyn.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's the play here.
could
Oh,
also-
that's not a play.
You can
That-
kill the token and kill the Gideon.
Right.
Yep.
There's like a million plays here that are better than that, though. Like, you have a bunch of land in hand. You definitely just want to get as many cards in hand as possible.
Sure.
Animate something?
I can't animate Eagle Spires.
You wanna like not?
I'm fine with animating.
All right. Here's another Gideon.
Come and tap them.
No.
Hopefully by a Sorin.
That would be fantastic.
So yeah, I don't know that Soren's coming down here because he doesn't have the mana for it. It
Right.
costs 6.
Yeah. I'm just saying if he draws a land, you can follow it with Sorin.
Second Gideon's good, though.
Second Gideon's okay.
Got to see the Avacyn here, though. Play the Avacyn. Thank you. Thank you.
Avacyn tapped. Gains a life.
All right, so now we're going to
Untapped.
have dead Gideon for sure. The draw was Copter, which is actually very good here.
Show him the top card of that library.
Plus. To exile top. Take 2.
All right.
So I actually like mana there. It lets you play
the
Copter
and fire up the manland.
and fire up the manland.
It's okay. I mean, this line is fine.
But if you
Uh,
play Copter and fire up the manland, you can get in for
Yes, he's in a
For-
much better position. I concur.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. When he's at 11, he can block 1. So he blocks the 4 and takes 10, goes to 1. So then he's dead on like multiple fronts. But this is fine too.
I think Matt's dead regardless.
Sure, Matt's definitely behind.
So here's like I said before, Planeswalker creates, I mean, it's an obvious decision. It's not subtle at all. But, Zack had a lot of choices. And it creates a situation where, like, a better... Like, if the situation were more tense, this isn't a good example of a good tension situation.
Sure.
But if...
Lethal. I forgot it flipped. If you would have blocked one of my guys.
Alright, so we have a flipped Avacyn.
if Matt could come back into this game, Zack's, taking the not as powerful line is going to let, a better player come back into the game.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's
never
where
mind the fact that
Planeswalker's, like way too powerful.
Matthew has played multiple Planeswalkers. and has not had any additional decisions.
No, gain 5.
Yeah, his
And then drawn that.
Is that your next card?
he
Yeah. Wouldn't have gotten
he didn't have very good draws in either of those games, so I don't think that.
I think you're grasping at straws here.
I think I'm tired.
I agree.
I want to thank everybody for coming out on.
All right, so the winner goes the spoils, and we have Taco Bell for the winner.
Are they cold?
All right.
Probably
So-
cold tacos.
So
All right,
Cold
Dude,
tacos,
we've got tacos.
but they're gonna be hot later.
they are gonna be hot later. So we're gonna have